A very good day to you. I want to speak to you today about fruit. Why? Because it's harvest time. You can see all the grass has been burnt by the frost. The cabbages are getting ready for reaping. It is time to reap the fruit of our labors. But I want to speak to you about a different fruit. And that's found in the book of Galatians chapter 5. And I'm just going to read a couple of verses. But the fruit of the Spirit is love. Are you producing that fruit, my dear friend? Joy. Are you producing that one? Peace. Shalom. Long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. 9 fruits of the Spirit. Those are the fruits that we as Christians are supposed to be producing. And folks, you can know the Bible from cover to cover, but if you have no love, Paul calls us nothing but clanging cymbals, okay? Just a gong that's sounding off. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, if you don't have love, you've got nothing. He says you can be sawn in two. You can offer up your body as a sacrifice. You can do all these kind of things. You can go without food. You can be a martyr. But if you don't have love, you've got nothing. I want to speak to you about self-control. My dear friend, it's one of the most important fruits of the Spirit. And why am I telling you this? Because it affects me. I can only preach from my own life. And I struggle with that sometimes. You know, I'm what they used to call a self-made man. We came down from Zambia. You know the story from Faith Like Potatoes. We had nothing. I'll do it my way. You know, I love Frank Sinatra. I'll show them. I'll do it again. And God broke me right down until there was nothing left. And then He started to build me up again. But every now and again, that lack of self-control comes in. You know, the opposite of self-control is greed, isn't it? To me, I don't know about you, there's nothing worse than a greedy person. You know, when you offer them a plate of eats and they spin the plate around to take the big portion. How greedy is that? You know, when we talk about greed, you think about rich people and poor people. Folks, there's a lot more to greed than that. Self-control is learning to keep quiet, something I'm battling with. To go into a room and allow other people also to speak. See, when you're greedy, you want to dominate everything. You want to be in control of all the power, everything that happens. It's not just about money, folks. See, normally when you talk about greed, people start talking about the rich have got too much and the poor got too little. There's other kinds of greed as well. You know, to be self-centered. If the conversation is not about me, I don't want to talk. See? That's greed. Eating and drinking, taking more than you need. The definition of the word greed is very interesting because this is what it says. It says that greed is taking more than you need. I want to tell you, if we didn't do that in this world, this would be such a nice place to live in. But the problem is we cannot control our greed. Intense and selfish desire for wealth, power, or even food. That's what greed is. The opposite of greed is self-control. When you can stand back and you can say to the other person, "No, you go first, please, sir. You take the seat at the top of the table. Rather let the host," this is what Jesus said, "bring you up to the top. Don't go and sit there and then you have to be told to go and sit back down at the bottom of the table because you're greedy. Let's start giving more and asking for less. And I tell you what, we'll become more Christ-like. And that fruit will draw people to God. Until next time, let's work on that self-control. Goodbye.